All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Vintage House Radio Show. This is your boy DJ Rocky. We are remote. Uh, we ran into some technical difficulties, and I got stranded where I was at, so I was not going to miss our show because we are uh, blessed with another Chicago legend that's on the screen right now. So everyone at the everyone, please welcome DJ Wild Child. How you doing, brother?
Thank you. What's up, brother? My
Yes,
bad.
sir.
My
Yes,
bad.
sir.
There we
So,
go.
all right. So we're gonna start off with Wild Child about who he is. How one. Tell me about how long you've been DJing. What got you into doing a DJ or being a DJ, and some of the stuff that you've been involved with over the years.
All right. DJ Wild Child, South Side of Chicago. Um, DJing roughly 22, 23 years, give or take. Got into it. I used to do. I used to be an on-air personality for 92.3 when they was all gospel station. Got a phone call to DJ for Church of God in Christ, their youth division. It was like, yo, I don't have any equipment. I'm a on air personality. It was like, yeah, well, 3 days, a couple hours a day. We got $1,500 for you. And at the time, I had to be about 18, 19, 20, give or take 1,500. Give me a couple days. When found went to Guitar Center and bought, what was the name of that gear? American Audio, two little
Hmm.
CD decks and a mixer for like, I don't think I spent no more than $400 for for everything. You know what I mean? And went from that. Started doing comedy shows, poetry sets,
Okay.
little backyard boogies, and it just it just grew.
Grew from there. That's good.
It grew.
So, how'd you get the name Wild Child?
This story is crazy. So if I'm to be honest, so me, my best friend, and his brother, we had a entertainment company back in the day or whatever,
Okay.
and it was, to be totally honest, it was for marketing, promoting strippers.
Got you.
So of course those were the two married guys. I'm the single guy in the group, and I remember a bunch of us sitting around having a whole conversation about something, and I said something like so far left, and next thing you know, it was like, "Oh my God, you are a wild child." Wild Child Productions. I like the name of that. So it started out as Wild Child Productions, spelled the correct way, WILDCHILD. Uh, Needless to say, we disband or whatever. And once I got into DJing, it was like, yo, I don't want to be, DJ none of them. I wanted a catchy name. So
Got you.
therefore, DJ Wild Child, it was like, why not? Hell,
Right.
I was
It
holding
was
on to
already
the name.
attached to you. I got you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I just stuck with it.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Excuse me.
So so this is
Excuse
the
me.
Vintage House Radio Show. So for those that don't know, um, Mr. Binion, that's his real name,
Wow.
is
Wow.
well, he's not just a house DJ. He's not just a house DJ. He is a DJ extraordinaire. I have been blessed with a couple of his mixes where it wasn't just house, and to let you know that this is a talent. He is a very great talent in Chicago. I
Thank you.
always tease him when I see him. We actually work together, so I always tell everybody. I said, you know what? That's you see that guy over there. That's a great DJ sitting right there. I'm telling you, that's a great DJ.
And what I
And
tell you
people,
every time. What I
yeah,
tell you every time.
yeah, I know. But nonetheless, the thing about it though is a lot of times again we don't do the flower things while we're here. So that's the
Yeah,
point. So
facts. And
it's
I
about
appreciate it.
respect. It's about respect. So people that put the work in the craft, need to hear how good they are. So it's important. So
I
yeah,
appreciate it. I
yeah,
do
I know
appreciate it.
absolutely. So we let's get on the topic of house. So I mean,
Okay.
again, your talents are well beyond just house because, like I said, I've heard them and experienced them personally. Uh, what made you start doing? Well, I'm pretty sure you initially didn't do house when you started.
Uh, no. When I started, it was more 90s R&B, hip hop,
Okay,
which was like that was my lane. That was my
right.
lane. But I got off into house listening, honestly, listening to my first real experience of learning and understanding house was Bulu, Bulu Master, and DJ Ferris.
Okay, okay.
Before then, being being in high school in the early '90s, there was always the DJ Chips, the DJ Clint's,
Hmm.
Gantman. I knew of Farley. I knew of Nick Nonstop, Steve Miggity Maestro, um, and that was pretty much it. Like, it was like house. It was like, oh, okay, it's cool, but that
It
'90s
wasn't
R,
true.
it wasn't my lane. It
Right.
wasn't
I
my
got
lane.
you. I got you. No, I mean, again, I mean, we all have, uh, we all have started at something and done something
Yeah.
some way, and we learn. Okay, at some point in time, I might have to play some house, so let me dabble in it, or like.
Um. Well, it really kind of got pushed into my lap. Messing around. I used to. So I used to hang around at a young age. I was hanging around the family den, right?
Hmm.
And it was always usually on their Sundays when they did live jazz and all that jazz. That's really, when I used to be around then. But my face would always be seen in the joint. And then my cousin Donovan Devo Robinson, he started doing his events up there, start hanging around, start getting, just being around and just getting into the music. And of course, he's a house head guy, and most of the people he hangs around with, house guys or whatever. So it was like, all right, cool. So I just started picking it up and realizing that house is an actual movement. And then when I started really doing my research and study on it, like, to take it back to Frankie Knuckles and, the real origins of this thing, it was like, oh, wow, okay, got it. Okay,
Right.
cool. So, in my quest of being a well rounded DJ, it was only, befitting that I my uh put that into my
Repertoire.
repertoire.
I got you. Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So I'm not. So in your travels with this DJing thing, I mean, you know, one of the one of the biggest issues in Chicago is always the political side of this. It's always something somewhere that,
Hmm.
I mean, haters, biters, whatever you want to call them. They always are the ones in the background and saying, "Yeah, that wild child dude. I don't know about, what
Man, listen, if how much time we get?
I
My God. Um, I just think that, because at one point I can't sit here and lie. At one point I fed into the negativity of it all and start, throwing shade back. And you know, at the end of the day, now that I'm older and have had years in this and sat around a bunch of who I consider to be forefathers in the DJ world, not just house, but just period.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Oh,
if I can
absolutely.
if I can say it that way, um, it's enough room and enough work out here for everybody. So you know, I don't see the need.
I got
And
you. And it should never be like that anyway. I mean, a lot of
yeah,
my biggest thing for this is, the craft. This is something that people have put blood, sweat, and
man,
tears in
many, yeah,
24/7.
Yes.
And
Yes.
no matter what you play, your passion should be the thing
Yeah.
that people recognize most.
Yeah. Which kind of played into the wild child mantra. So like early in my career, I was known for like just super high energy, like
Okay.
just going. You know what I mean? But again, that's early in the years when the energy was there, but um, it kind of helped build my rep, if I can, be honest. Um, and it just got to a point like, everybody kind of, oh, shit, it's the Wild Child show. Here we go. We finna. It's like,
We got a
okay,
journey. I got you. Yeah.
yeah. And then of course, certain songs come on, it multiplied by
Bananas.
five. Yeah,
Bananas. I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not even caring that at the end of the night I'm probably half concussed. You know, self concussions. You know what I mean? And
I feel you know it. Yeah.
it's crazy.
I mean, again, like I said, it's the people feel the passion. I mean, when you are the center of attention and everybody, you know, they feel what you putting out,
Yeah,
and they're drawn to you. It's an
yeah.
incredible thing, regardless of what
It
genre
definitely
it
is.
is. Yeah,
It
but
definitely is, and I've said that like it becomes addictive when you look out into the room, whether it's 50 people, whether it's 100 people, whether it's 400 people, whatever, to know that you are kind of being a puppeteer
oh
at this
yeah,
point.
they're hanging on
You
to
know what I
everything that
mean?
you do. Absolutely.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's very addictive.
Yes,
It's
it is.
very
Yes,
addictive.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Um, so you said you started checking into the origins of house and stuff like that, and so Ferris and you said Ferris. Who's the other person you said first?
Ferris and Bulu Master
And Bulu.
were for
Yeah.
me,
Right. No, understandable.
those were the two that like really put it in the gear for me.
Absolutely. I often always on this show I give credit to Bulu a lot because when the house scene sort of died, like mainstream in Chicago died,
Hmm.
and we started you know with DJ Chips and the ghetto house that has started to
Yeah,
started to grow late
yeah,
late I mean early 90s to mid 90s. We started the house scene really started to die down.
yeah,
I give credit to Bulu a lot because he was the only one still consistently playing it on the radio. That
yeah.
5 o'clock, that 5 o'clock drive
Let me tell you
every
something,
day
boy.
is is phenomenal. So
Yeah, yeah,
next time you talk to him, make sure you tell him because I this show almost every time I'm on this show, I give
I
mad
got
respect
you.
because he carried it from literally from
Yeah,
like 98 to about 2003, 2004 on 92.3. He carried it
yeah.
for a while.
And
Absolutely.
that's a hell of
Yeah.
a run to have.
Yes, yes, it
That
is.
is
I
a
mean,
hell of a
not,
run to
not,
have.
and again, this is not to knock anybody. I mean, because V103 still had their Friday
Mar-
night music with,
Maurice, Ice Cold Pepper,
yep. They
um,
also had Kenny Jam and Jason on there.
Kenny Jam and Jason. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah,
they
yeah.
was they were doing it, but because again with the migration of the way the music was going, people were listening to Power 92 a lot. It was
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah.
And
And I think they was like the new. It was almost like the new kids on the block type thing. So it was
absolutely.
like,
Absolutely.
when they switched over from the gospel side, it was like, a whole new
Yep.
fresh sound, fresh
I mean,
feel. So
when they went through when they transferred, they advertised trying to get a new. They didn't even have a name for the station yet, and
they
they put a
didn't.
big thing out there
They did
to
not.
get the name on the station. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. I do
yeah.
remember that.
So
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely, yeah. So in doing your own research for house music, what do you know, house has a big name,
Hmm.
and there are so many multi genres of house
So many
under it.
subgenres. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Absolutely. Um, what what would you say would be your favorite and why?
It all varies. It
Okay.
depends on honestly, is no one genre or subgenre that grabs me the most. It depends on the track itself, and
Okay.
sometimes it depends on the moment. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like I remember every year I do the house picnic out in Park Forest. Usually is me. I believe me and DJ Lil John are the longest standing residents
Okay.
for this in particular event. And what was it, like 2 years ago? I'm playing the acapella to Hey Hey, and I went from I bought in Computer Madness, and the way
Okay.
I layered it. If I could show you the video, like it you got almost 2,000 people out here going absolutely insanely nuts.
Lose their
But
mind.
but Computer Madness, I can absolutely say is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? It because for me, when it comes to my DJing, or not even my DJing, when it comes to music, I like to get amp. I like songs that drive and
Right. Hmm.
got some grit and some bite to it.
Right. I
You know
got
what I
you.
mean?
And that definitely is one of them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Um, uh, uh, Music sounds better with you. Start. Oh my
Hmm.
God,
Yes.
that's another classic.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That one. That one shocked everybody. That
Yeah,
song shocked everybody because I remember
yeah.
the first time I heard it, I was like, "Whoa, okay."
Dun, dun, dun,
Right.
beep,
Yep.
beep,
Yep.
woof.
Oh my God. I was,
Yeah.
yeah, it caught me off
Um,
guard. I was like, oh, I like that one. I need that one for me.
um, I mean, Jack My Body on on any given night can,
Yeah, I mean, because
can push
a
a
lot of you know what the funny thing is a lot of the older songs that you know with when doing out in the
did I
clubs and
mess up?
doing
There we go. My
yeah
fault. I'm back.
yeah. So a lot of the
Um,
a lot of them
okay, hold
older
on.
tracks
Can't hear you.
they still carry weight
What's happening
all the time.
here? Give me 1 second. Make sure we're good. Yep. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear you though. That's what's
Uh
crazy.
oh.
Oh boy. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Let me try something else. Rock, hold on. Come on. Like, okay. I
Better.
still can't hear you. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, you know what? Go out and come back in. I'll just talk while you go
I
out.
can't hear nothing you saying. I promise you I can't. This is
Go out
retarded.
and come back in. I can't even
Still
write nothing
nothing.
down.
Oh my God.
Wild Child, can you hear me?
I can hear you
Okay, not sure why you can't hear Rocky. That's odd. Rocky,
very.
That's
did you
great.
touch something? Did you do something or no?
Look, Ma, no hands.
Go on. Yeah, he said to go out and come back in again. Maybe
Right. Just go out and come back in and
having
see
some
see
trouble.
if that works.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead and log. Tell them to go ahead and log back out and come
Yeah,
back in and try.
log back out and come back in on the same stream. Okay, maybe that'll
Mia,
work.
you talk about Mia Rock.
Yeah,
You
you Wild Child.
Okay. Be right back.
okay? All right.
You
So
can.
while we're waiting for Mr. Wildchild to come back, just for all intents purposes, we are, the group that I'm proud of. We had a that was called GB Disco. We are starting back up third week of May, uh, 64th and Stony Island Avenue, right behind the Field House. Um, so every Sunday, we're doing every Sunday starting May 19th, and we're going to go every Sunday, rain, sleet, or snow. We're there.
There we go.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
good. So, so just to let you guys know again, while I was waiting on you to come back, every Sunday, 64th of Stony Island, starting May 19th, GB Disco Picnic or Gathering, or it's been called a couple of things. Doesn't matter. GB Disco, Woodlawn's finest, every Sunday starting May 19th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. We'll be doing, we have guest DJs that come out. We have 6 talented DJs that do every week automatically. It is myself, E Double in the Box. House Williams is what is on Facebook. However, is Jody Bangs, DJ Lil Tal, and then we have 3 talented ladies: DJ Juicy, DJ Tilly the DJ, and what's the last one? What's the name? This is that popped out my head. Um, it'll come back anyway. So please come out on Sundays. Bring a chair. Bring a grill. Come to the community because it is a community of love every Sunday. Now back to you. Okay, so yeah, because what I was saying was before the technical difficulty was, you know, a lot of them old school tracks, no matter they transcend time.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
as you were talking about Computer Madness, 119, all those,
119. Yeah.
mix your own stars, they just transcend time. And
Yeah.
so, and for us old fogies, it's like we go back automatically. Oh, I remember that was played in Mendel and da 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 da, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
What what are some of the places that you've played now? Whether it's house or not, doesn't matter. Where are some of your residencies that have been?
My God, I've done some of every. I've been some of everywhere. One of my longest residencies was at Linga Martini Bar on 167th.
Okay,
40, I believe it's 4162 West 167th. I used to hold Friday nights down. I held Friday nights there for I think I was 3 years, maybe
okay,
4 years strong.
okay.
Like every Friday, playing a mixture of everything. I've done as far as bigger venues. I played at the United Center. I played at the Airy Crown, Horseshoe. Uh, what's the name of the other casino? They just put in Gary.
Oh, the
Uh,
one off the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
Yep.
Shouts out to Maurice Joshua for getting me in there.
Okay.
Um, Man, I've been in and out of town. I've Dallas, DC, New Orleans, LA, San Francisco, Detroit, Atlanta, Florida, Nashville. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
It-
good. I mean,
in
it's
in
good.
in 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 the span of I could really say that I'm blessed with this situation because I know a lot of people who have been in the game just as long, if not longer, and probably haven't been.
To a lot of places that you've been,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I've shared stages with Redman, Method Man, Layla Hathaway, Nelly,
Okay.
uh, uh, um, dog. Uh, I've done one of my best gigs was back in 2011. I actually was one of the DJs on the lineup for the after party for Lollapalooza.
Okay.
So
Okay. Oh
I've
yeah,
been,
that was a
I've,
big turnout. That was a banana turnout. Yeah. Anything that's tied to Lollapalooza, they
man,
they don't ever want to stop partying. So yeah.
yeah. And we was in I want to say we was in the Hard Rock Hotel. Oh boy,
Okay.
wowzers,
Okay.
wowzers.
So like I said before, you had brought up Ferris and Bulu. Are there some and you also brought up Maurice Maestro. Um,
Hmm.
is there any of is there any house DJs that people don't know about? That you know about?
I can't. I really can't say that I don't because I was just having a conversation with who's you know what who I like to hear play house and disco. It's a guy named DJ Jay Gorilla.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Oh,
Bananas.
he's so nice with it. He's
Okay.
so nice with it. Like
Okay, so
he's
I'm gonna have to
super
reach out
nice
to
with
him. I
it.
have to get him on here for real. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's super nice with it. Outside of the obvious, I like to hear DJ Alicia play her stuff. My guy Josiah
Man,
Mendel,
yeah.
yeah, he's nice with it.
Oh, and he came hard too. He came
Yeah,
hard fast.
he came in hard and fast.
Oh, yes, he
And I
did.
mean, and then of course you got your regulars, you know, your Mike Duns, your shouts out to Terry Hunter for on the Grammy nod.
Right. Yeah.
Um, it's just it's so many, dog. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Whenever I can get out to hear 'em,
Right. I got
that's
you. So,
generally what it is.
ooh, so here's a good question. Uh, so what house DJ have you played with, and either before or after, and you was like, whoa.
Me and I play with Alicia,
Okay.
and Alicia is always a good time.
Okay.
Bulu definitely. Um, I played with DJ Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Of course
Bananas.
he's bananas.
Yeah.
Um, what is Titan Davis?
Yes.
Another one. Man, that whole Park Forest situation. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Hula Mahone.
Yeah.
Um, actually did me and my me and Maurice Joshua actually had a battle. Oh God, it was labeled a battle, but it was just
Right.
like friendly stuff. This
Right.
was, oh God, oof, easy 12 years ago,
Right.
give or take. But it was some good stuff.
Yeah. No. Maurice and Hula are very
Yeah,
receptive, great brothers.
yeah,
Absolutely.
very much so.
Especially for someone as they've been established in this game for so long, and
Yeah,
they're very open to talk to, and they're very friendly
yeah.
to hang around with. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to Maurice often.
Yes. So
Just
yeah.
just on some, the game, stuff behind the scenes. What's the next stage? What's the next phase?
Right.
Uh, getting into producing and
Production.
stuff like
That
that. Yeah,
that was coming next. So
yeah.
I mean, so Wild Child Productions. I'm pretty sure you have plans to do do producing.
At some
Is
point.
it? Yeah,
At some point.
I I don't see it not happening. So I
At
mean, if
some point.
the love of the craft, it calls you
Absolutely.
in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. It
So,
does. Absolutely. And
yes.
I won't even try to deny it.
Right. Do you plan on doing specific forms, or will it just be what you feel?
Um, for right now, it'll probably be just what I feel.
Okay.
I haven't really sat back and been like, oh, all right, I'm gonna dive into R&B or I dive into rock. I'll
Okay.
dive, I had no specific direction. I mean, I, I I think I will probably play it the same way I play the way I spin. Just keep it open format.
Got
You
you.
know.
No, that's cool. I was having a conversation. I forgot who was with a couple of days ago, and they were talking about production. It seems like the biggest, latest push lately is we're doing a lot of R&B edits,
Hmm.
where we're doing either doing a lot of the newer stuff where they're converting it to house songs, or we've done
Hmm.
and Terry is a great example of it. Most of the stuff he touches is
It it it
ridiculously great.
it pops.
Yes, absolutely. But this DJ I was talking to, he thinks we're oversaturating. Um, where do you see, or for house music, how can we upgrade it? Basically, yeah. I mean, again, so we do
It's
tracks. We do tracks, of course, and
hmm
somebody comes out with a new track every year, and then we get a nice little blister of
hmm
soulful African or soulful whatever.
hmm
It's a good stretch of that for about 2 or 3 months. And then
hmm
we get to the summer. We always have one or two summer anthem songs every year.
Of course.
Um, what do you think that we need to do to improve it?
It's kind of hard to say, man. The way that music evolves and flips over so much, it's kind of hard to say. It's like, okay, so who's gonna? I think the only thing that can happen is, okay, so what's the next thing, right?
Right,
We didn't created the soulful, we didn't created the tribal, we didn't did the Afro, we didn't did uh uh the disco. It's
right,
what's the next thing?
right. I mean, because I
Um,
mean, it's, I mean, it's there's like I said. I mean, somebody comes up with something. I mean, and there's a cat out of San Francisco. His name is Koflo, and um, he is he's very eclectic with his edits, and he's very
mhm,
very good. Um, I'm not sure if you've ever heard him.
mm-mm.
And the crazy thing is, he's a dancer first, and
Oh
his
wow.
yeah, oh yeah, he is he his but his edits are ridiculous. When I say ridiculous, ridiculous, and he like drops a song like almost every week, or he's doing. I
Oh
know he does
wow.
two a month, and it's always top 10 track source and something. So I'm trying
That's
to get
killer.
him on the show so I could talk to him.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, but his sound is never the same. He comes out with something, and he did an edit of a Terry Hunter remix, and I mean just totally took it and just turned it all the way around. But you knew you hear Terry, but he
Right.
like took the bread to the sandwich basically, and it was like
So
amazing. Oh,
so if I was if I can go back, you asked the question, what could be done to improve it? Something like that is already being done.
right,
Like if you can take something that's already wonderful,
right,
tasting well, or it's a beautiful piece of art, and you figure out a way to upgrade that,
yeah,
man. What do you mean? Like that's the key.
yep,
I
absolutely.
think,
I
and that's
agree.
just my opinion. You know what I
No,
mean?
I agree. You are. I think you're spot on with it. I mean, because again, it's hard with especially with house music because now again we Chicago has a specific sound, New York has a specific sound,
Yeah,
South Africa has a specific sound,
yeah,
Germany, Britain, they all have different sound. They all have a specific sound, but it's always like it's tied and linked together because I have another friend, and it is a constant debate because he's from New York and he is still under the impression, and I think this is drug use. Uh, the house started in New York, and it's an ongoing debate. I mean, when I say this is ongoing, we're talking 12 years of every now and then he wants to start to stick a jab, and then I got to stick a jab back. But I
I
mean,
mean,
it's a ribbing back and forth, but it's fun, it's respectful. But I mean, it's just
hey, hey,
we
listen, hey,
it,
listen.
it's important to keep Chicago's representation strong. So like when Terry does something, it's good to have that. When Maurice is dropping a song and it's getting a Grammy nod, it's
Yeah,
great for the representation. Um,
yeah,
I personally think that we need more. We have
Yeah.
enough talented producers already that's out there, albeit Tyson, Titan, um, and anybody else that's making this music. It's not getting it. Steve Maestro is another one that's just phenomenal in
Crazy.
doing stuff. So I mean, the
And
representation is there. I don't
yeah,
think it's strong enough though, because since it came from here, we need to have more ideas on the main table so people know that this is coming from us because this is where it
they
came from
know.
originally.
They know. They know.
Okay.
It's they know. Like
Yeah.
there's no way you can sit up and not know that house started here. Like
Right.
we're known for it. Like
Right.
you know, New York is known for kind of starting a trend of hip hop, right?
Right.
What you got between Chicago is known for house and gospel, for being
Hmm.
the birthplace of both. Like
Right.
let's just be honest here, right?
Right.
So and I got to give shout out to oh my god, his name just skipped right out my head. Um
Mine came
Mike
up.
Mike
DJ
Love.
Direct. Yeah.
Mike
Mike
Love.
Love. Oh
Mike
yeah.
Mike
Oh
Love,
yeah.
my God. Mike
Mike Love and the Diz. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah.
representation they
But
had was really great too.
even now though, I still listen or even purchase Mike Love's diss
Edits.
tracks, yeah, off of
Oh, he's got
Bandcamp.
some sickness.
Yes, he does.
He's got some sickness. Some sickness.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
does. And
All right,
I
so we're this year of course is that we're celebrating 40 years of house music.
yeah,
Um what do you think we should do to celebrate this milestone? I mean, again, I you know, I think you coming in the late 90s or mid 90s, early 90s, and I was in the 80s and I think the 80s was we talk about house music being love and it's always been love from day one. I mean, in the 80s, we didn't have multiple parties on the same night, which
mm,
it makes it easier for promoter to help promoter. If we're doing a party if we're doing a party at the Congress Hotel on Friday, and then we're doing a party at Lorraine's on Saturday,
wow, Lorraine,
promoters
wow.
yeah, I pulled out an old one. Yes.
God,
Uh
yeah, man.
yeah, Lorraine's. Yeah. Um the promoters helped each other.
Yeah,
I think we've gotten to a point now, it's like, you know, especially I mean, with this being our culture,
yeah.
and it's our 40th year, how do you think we should celebrate it?
Do something big, House of Blues, or get a, you know, get don't get just one group, right? No, and like no shade to the chosen few, right?
Right,
No shade whatsoever. I think get one from that group, get this other person, but at the same time bring in some new faces.
right,
You know what I mean? I
right.
mean, it's cool. I get it. We got these pioneers. I get it. We got these godfathers. I get all of that, right? But I
Show
think,
progression.
yeah, let some new blood get in here,
Got you.
right? Like a kid that I ain't gonna say a kid, but a youngin that constantly surprises me. Usually, whenever I finally mess around and hear him, is what is that boy's name? He came up under Terry. Uh,
Immaculate,
huh?
immaculate.
No, no, little young dude.
J Star.
J Star. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
J Star. Wow. It's
Well, he
that's what I
is.
got.
Yeah, he did our picnic a couple of years back, and well, I was amazed by him. I had seen him prior to him doing our picnic, and I
Hmm.
was that's an old soul playing this music.
And this young, and I think that's what kind of blew me the most. Is like when I met him, I think J Star might have been 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
one of my guys put me on him, and he was like, "Yo, check him out." Like, so we was at somebody's house, and he was like, "Man, just let him get on for a little while." I was, all right. Hey, what the heck? Yo,
Right.
who is this, yo?
Right.
Like,
Because
wow.
he playing like we play and knew the
Y-
music.
y- that's,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's what kind of shook my head. Was like, wow. So to go back, I just think they need to just start implementing some new cats. And let somebody else get some shine. It's okay. It's not going to diminish your light at all. You know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree. I, one of the problems I think that this scene has created was um, it was about the music. It was supposed to be always
Supposed to
about the
be.
music. Supposed to be
Supposed to be.
always
Yeah.
about the music. I think we over time, and again, I think because of also the way that the scene faded for a while, so that
Yeah.
when people started to bring it back, it was more of the image of the person bringing it back rather than what they were bringing back.
Yeah.
So,
Um, it's and just overall in the DJ community, period, whether it's house, R&B, hip hop, whatever. I think that all this, bickering back and forth, and we trying to outdo one another. If you're gonna try to outdo me, make sure it's done in friendly competition.
exactly,
You know what I
respectfully,
mean? Yeah,
right? I mean,
respectfully. Like,
we're supposed to make each other better. That's what we do. This is like basketball. If you play against
yeah,
me,
yeah,
you might beat me this time, but I'm gonna get you somewhere else
yeah,
down the line. But it's all in fun. It's
yeah,
all respect. Is to make each other better. I think
yeah.
friendly competition
Is the
only
is the
makes you grow better.
it's the key to it all, man.
Yep,
Iron,
absolutely,
iron, iron sharpening iron. That's all it is.
absolutely.
That's
I
all
agree.
it is.
Man, you know what? I see a shirt. Iron sharpens iron. I like that. Yeah. I mean, I've heard it before, but it
It's
just,
it's it's for real.
it's reflective to the DJ community. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a T-shirt. Well, let you know it's a T-shirt. So yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Hey, I greatly appreciate it, brother. I
Yeah,
don't do nothing. I
yeah.
never do nothing on my own. Everything is always given to me in some way, shape, or form. So I
Yes,
appreciate it.
sir. Yes, sir.
So now, for people that don't know, we work together. So, and like I said before, I tell people all the time, and I'm big. I'm big on respect for every DJ because this is a craft. This is something that people put their effort into, whether they've done it for 5 years, whether they've done it for 20 years, or
Mm-hmm.
whether they've been doing it for 40 years. It's a
Mm-hmm.
craft. It's not something, and I understand that the digital age has made it a little bit more accessible.
It's
It's
made
not
it
easier,
very much accessible.
right? It's not easier. It's accessible because
It's made it a little easier too.
no. Because
Just
here's the thing. Because
just a
no.
tidbit. Just
Well,
a
no, well, no.
tidbit.
I'll say this. No, I'll say because the hardest part of this still is the crowd.
Of course, but
So if you're not in, no matter what you play,
yeah.
if you don't sound right, the crowd is going to let you know you don't sound right. So it's made it more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't teach you the craft, and
Mm.
that's the difference. So I mean, again, if I'm just coming in now, I got me a controller, I got me a laptop. I called up my boy. He gave me a hard drive full of music. I
Yeah.
can do this because look, all I gotta do is go.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still a craft. It's still a
Yeah.
craft. I mean, so you get the access to it. Doesn't mean you get the easiness to it. I think that because the talent of DJ, because again, now you started a little later, so you still had 12s, but your 12s might have been not as long as my 12s
Mm-hmm.
because you might have gotten into CDs faster.
I did.
You see what I'm saying, and flash drives and stuff like that, where again, I can still go up here and look through my 16,000 albums that I probably put together and still
Over the
do that.
years. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So I mean, so it's made it more accessible for someone just to go spend $1,200 and they done got
Hmm.
everything right here compared to the amount of time and money that I spent from prior to everybody else. I mean, but it still that doesn't make it easier because it marketing, promotion, um, the respect of the other DJs from around you. You
Hmm.
know, those all those things are very intricate in regards to becoming quote unquote famous. Like for example, J Star put in
Hmm.
work. He put in the work. He learned
Yeah.
how to. He learned the music. He had to learn the
Yeah.
music first before he even decided to get out in front of people.
Yeah.
Because again, you know, you don't have nobody. You don't see nobody in his ear telling him what to play. He
Right.
sits down and he learns that music and he's playing it. There's another young cat, DJ 008. I met him 4 or 5 years ago. He
Okay.
wasn't even he was just in the process of buying a laptop, not
Oh
even getting a
wow.
controller. And he came and talked to me and I told him, hey, if you want the music, I'll give you the music, but you gotta learn it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you what's hot, what's not hot. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to go out and learn it.
Yeah.
And he took the music
That's facts.
and then he started going around meeting people. He went to listen to Alicia and Josiah and Box, and he would come out listen to me. He would go different places and hear the music.
Yeah.
Go back and learn it. He's a
Yeah.
very very talented dude. I like his style, and I like the fact that to this day he's still humble about it.
Good
That's the
stuff.
most important
That's
part of
good
it
stuff.
because
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what you can't teach that.
Yeah.
Ego is
At
ego.
all.
We
My
all have an
God.
ego. You know what I'm
My
saying?
God.
We all have an ego.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, again, we sit back and we listen and critique other DJ. Like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Don't do it. You
I
did it.
mean, and I just leave it at that. I'm like, okay. Because if you be truthful about it, at the end of the day, that's the reflection of you and your work. That
Right.
ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm back here.
Right.
Have at it. Have at it. That's
All right. So now, let's talk about this. Got on your shirt. Um, so
oh
we had
that yeah
you and I
yeah
have
yeah
been
yeah
talking about it outside of this,
yeah yeah.
and it's called Drop the Beat. So let's get that out the way. Drop the beat.
Um,
So explain what that
my
is.
basically is I have a podcast called Drop the B Podcast. It's on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel at Drop the B Podcast. Basically, I'm talking to the DJ, and we're talking DJ life, DJ experiences, learning the different stories and backgrounds of just different DJs from across the city and the nation.
Okay. All right. So
That's pretty much it. I'm on let's see. We actually just dropped the second episode last night
okay.
featuring DJ J Illa. My first episode was the Tuesday before, and that was with DJ J Grilla.
Okay.
So each and every Tuesday I'm dropping a new episode.
Okay. Now is it DJs of different genres or is it what is it?
Um Most of the DJs are just open format DJs.
Okay.
I did call Nick Nonstop. I did do an interview with him and Steve Maestro.
Okay.
Um, I just want to just swing the pendulum a little bit, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
To kind of just touch on the whole back end and dig into the mind of some amazing DJs.
Okay. Uh who are there any I don't even want to call them that. Are there any mainstream DJs that you're talking to? I mean, I'm not that.
Um, um, I had DJ Cut Creator, LL Cool J's original DJ.
Okay.
Things didn't work out. Cool, fine, and dandy. Um, I have this other DJ named DJ Touch Tone. He's out of Philly.
I heard him.
Uh, he does the Joiner. He's done the Tom Joyner cruise for the last, I think he said 12, 13 years.
Okay.
He hangs out with, he's cool with Jazzy Jeff, Cut Creator, and a whole bunch of other guys. A
Okay.
bunch of mainstream guys. So
Okay. That's cool. No, that's cool. That's good.
yeah. And then homegrown wise, Nick Nonstop, Vince Adams, DJ High Speed, Jay Illa, Jay Grilla, DJ Mike P, who's the youngest out of everybody. I went and grabbed him because he used to tour with Juice World
Okay.
before he passed. So
Good.
I definitely want to talk to him to, just get the touring DJ aspect lens of it all,
Okay.
especially with a young artist.
Okay. All right. Is there any specific DJs that you have not worked with that you want to? And and
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I think
uh,
that I think that's everybody's
yeah,
main
yeah.
one because I mean Jeff is
Uh,
yeah. I
that's
mean
that's
I,
it.
I mean it's really hard to. I mean there are some. I mean now and I mean I've you know still if he was still alive I would love to have done something with Jam Master Jay. I think that's just
Yeah, yeah,
those are
yeah,
raw
yeah, yeah.
talent. Jeff is raw
Absolutely,
talent. Jeff is raw talent.
absolutely,
Jeff,
absolutely.
and and he's definitely multi-genre. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Hmm.
yeah. Jazzy Jeff, DJ Melstar.
Hmm.
It's this cat it's the two cats from Canada, DJ Newmark, DJ Scratch Bastard.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh, I haven't heard that name in a minute.
yeah,
Okay.
and Scratch still doing his thing.
Yeah.
And I would, yeah, like off the top of my head, that's it right now.
Yeah. So hopefully Jeff is listening to this. Jeff, I hope you're listening to this because
Man,
we
hey,
got somebody who want to play with you, brother.
hey,
Actually,
listen,
two.
we could sit down and have a conversation. That'll be, you know what I mean. I want to come to the crib and hang out in the studio, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
We,
I, when we got hit with that COVID and he was doing that stuff from his house
oh
and
man, that
yeah.
Twitch changed the game, and
Oh yeah.
that's when my ears and antennas really went up,
Oh
like
yeah. It
another
gave
five
opportunity
to
to hear
ten feet.
people.
Yeah,
It gave
yeah,
and to hear people that we relatively knew, but
yeah.
because if we might have missed him when he came to town, then we would just didn't hear him. But now, Jeff doing a show every week,
Every week,
and then, I
and
mean, and then
at
all of a
some
sudden,
point I watch it. At
and
some
the
point I
funny
watch it.
now because I watched him, and and when on Twitch, you get to see the number counts. And I'm like, every week he's going from 3 to 9 to 11 to 20 to
Consistently,
30. Hey, I'm like, oh man. And
consistently
he having a ball. He's sitting there having a ball. And I'm
at
like,
the
oh
at
yeah,
the
this
crib,
yeah, yeah,
at
at
the
the crib.
crib.
That made it so
Yeah,
much easier. That made
yeah,
that made life so much easier and introduced a lot of DJs to people that didn't even know who you were, which was good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
Absolutely.
all right, so we got drop the beat. Um,
Hmm.
is the what is how now again I've had you send me mixes. Is there any place that people can go and listen to your mixes?
Yeah, my Mixcloud page, www.mixcloud.com / Tony B 96.
Okay, so
I
everybody
haven't
out there,
I haven't uploaded anything. It's been a while, scheduling just been crazy, but it's still some good stuff on there.
I know you got them bags to get off that plane, brother. That's right. There you
Hey
go.
man,
Yeah.
it goes further than that. You know what I mean? I'm a whole, I'm a movement. You
I
know
know.
what I
Hey,
mean?
I ain't mad at
And
you, brother. Hey,
and
you
that's just the
stop
way
me
I
now.
look at it.
That's my motivation. If I stop, I die. So I gotta keep moving. I feel you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So let me ask you a couple of house music questions. If you had to, if they came up to you right now and they said, "Wow, child, we are going to let you be the president and CEO of development of house music in Chicago,
Mm.
and whatever you say goes, hands down, what would be the first thing you do?"
Unify the community.
Okay.
Period. Just unify
Okay.
the community. Like, as cool as I try to, as cool as I believe I am with a lot of cats, it's still a lot. It's still so much division, so
Mm-hmm.
much, so much cattiness, so much. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, come on, man, come on. It is. What the hell are we doing here?
Right. I call it high school glee. So that's
You
what it
know what I
is.
mean? And I
Yeah.
think it's further irritating, especially when it comes from dudes that's over 45.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, we
Like,
petty. We gotta be petty. Come
hey
on.
man, who got time for that shit?
Hey, you know
Who
what?
got time for
You'd
that
be
shit?
surprised how much stuff,
Hey
with
man,
and the biggest thing is the funniest thing is because social media, you know,
all of that, man. It ain't
life
even
was so
serious. It
much
ain't even that
life was
serious.
so much easier.
It ain't even
It
that
really
serious.
was.
Everybody's tough. Everybody's tough behind here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But for
Then you
what?
see it in person, you're like, oh, hey, how you doing? What you got your hand
Or
up?
you
What you
just,
doing
or you just avoid the person. Period. You know what I mean? But it's
You're
like, what's
right.
the point? Like, what again? What's the point? What's the point?
Because we
Because
want drama, dude.
how I feel, how I honestly feel. I know when I go grab that envelope, I grab that envelope. That's my name on there. Coming from ComEd, coming from Nicor,
Right,
coming from my name is on here.
right.
I don't care what you're talking about because when we get through doing this, that bill still got to get paid by me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this game to make people forget about their problems for a little while and get paid.
Right. I feel you. I feel you
That's that's
100%.
that's where I'm at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you um and now this is how do you when you DJ, how do you I mean everybody has a certain way to feel the crowd. Um how do you know when you got the crowd?
Body language, reactions.
Because again,
Um,
with this, especially with house music and anything like that, you get there and all of a sudden, you running that black coffee and you running that Dennis Fair, you running that, and you look up and hmm, okay, I need to
well,
change up.
the killer is like I've been at spots to where DJs was killing, at least in my opinion, right? Killing, but the room was just
Not
some
feeling it.
sometimes I ain't gonna say they ain't feeling. They was just cool. They was
Right,
chilling. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not us. It's not us. And I have to fight through that myself. Like, yo, I know good and damn well. I just what is wrong with you people? But
right,
me and Nick nonstop talked about it one time. It was like, man, we have to compete. Whereas back in the day, we weren't competing with 6 and 7 flat screens around the joint and sports and all kinds of other
right.
mess being shown. This phone, oh my God, this phone has
It's the
everybody want to
devil.
be on. Everybody want to be on social media. We got to take the pictures, and
Yep.
So
It's the
like
devil.
we're competing with a lot as DJs. We are absolutely complete competing with a lot. So you know, you just you just gotta now. Don't get me wrong. There absolutely are days where I've heard train wrecks and it's like, ooh, yep, time to go.
Right.
It's
Right.
time to go. You know what I mean? So
All right. So, what would you say is the most essential thing about being a DJ?
knowing your music,
Okay.
knowing the music, and knowing the music and placement.
Got you. Okay.
Knowing the music and placement. Anybody can drop music wherever, but is it making sense?
I got you. Yeah. It is. I think the it, it, well, there's no need of, if you don't know the music, you don't know how you should be playing it.
Yeah,
Um, and now with in regards to house music, now, you know, there is a certain DJ, and this is no shade whatsoever because I'm giving him his respect. His T-shirts say "Blends matter."
they
Period.
do. They do.
It matter. I mean, with a lot of the other genres, it's I won't say slamming, but
It it all it
introducing
all
introduce
it it all
introducing the
still
song, right,
goes hand in hand.
right.
It all still
Introducing the
goes.
song for me is, I think it's different for R&B and hip hop. It's like, because like a lot of, like, I listen to it when I try to turn on the radio and I'm not going out of my mind.
Hmm.
Um, you know with house, we want to hear the whole track.
Yeah,
But a lot with a lot of the new music, and even just for hip hop for itself, we want to hear the first part, and then we, all right, bring on the next song. We
uh,
get
I
we get
mean
30.
and that's where it depends on the DJ, and
Yeah,
sometimes it does depend on the house he's building, as I like to call it, because
right,
if I'm trying to get somewhere and trying to get there on a limited time, I gotta hit it. I gotta
right.
hit it. And
I
it
call it the
even
hot mix
even
up. The hot
yeah,
mix up.
yeah,
Absolutely.
even in house, it's been the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get somewhere. But now once I get there, then I'm from the roller coaster
Right. Oh
and
yeah.
ride it.
Once you get
Yeah,
people up and moving, it all gets easier after that. Absolutely,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
that's when, once you totally felt the crowd, you know for sure this is the rabbit hole I'm going down, because I know this is what keeps people out. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, it is now 11 o'clock. So we are about to wrap up. First and foremost, I'd like to thank anybody that's been listening to the show. I appreciate you 100%. This is the
Absolutely.
Vintage House Radio Show. I am this weekly guest, DJ, host, Rocky Floyd. I'd like to thank my guest, DJ Wildchild. He is
Man, thank
he is
you.
he is a staple in the community. And again, I'm big on giving flowers
Thank you, man. Thank you.
today, not after you gone.
Thank
I've,
you, man.
I've always had much respect for you, and I've
Thank you.
never, there
Ever.
has never been no shade, even though
Never.
you could have put me on someplace. No, I'm just joking. No, no, I'm just kidding. Again, so tune into his Drop the Beat. It is
Drop the Beat
on
podcast
YouTube
on YouTube.
podcast
Yep.
every Tuesday. What time does it come on?
Uh, we just drop it on Tuesdays.
Okay, right. So
It's
it's called Drop the Beat. Look it up on YouTube.
yeah. The
It's
first two our first two episodes are up. They running.
okay, and support. Please support.
Man,
100%. Please support.
subscribe, and share. Like,
Yep.
subscribe, and share.
We need all Chicago to support this, not just the house community. We need all of Chicago to support this,
Yeah,
because
I would appreciate it.
Representation for Chicago is not just house; it's every genre,
Yes,
and
sir.
we need to have the best representation possible. And I think this brother is one of the best to represent us.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. So once again, thank everybody for listening. I'm not sure who Kevin's going to have next week, but I'm definitely know for sure you're going to want to tune in and see who he brings on the show. Okay, so once again, thank everybody for listening. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your time.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
let's go grab some bags tomorrow. So yeah.
All right, man.
Thanks for listening to the Vintage House Show podcast. Please subscribe and share, and check us out live, WNUR 89.3 FM, Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.